YouTube comic book community, what is up? It is Mr. D back, man. Holy cow, it has been a long time, again, in between videos here. As you guys know, I've been sending in a bunch of books to CGC. I've done a couple CGC grade reveal videos. My last two videos were that. I've taken a quick little break from submitting books to CGC, and I've actually bought some books recently, and that's what this video is going to entail. Books I bought and other fun stuff. So this is going to be kind of a long video, so we might as well just jump right into this. Let's see where to start. I'm going to start with some books that I'm going to be submitting to CGC real quick. First up is Zerdy Girls #2. This is a Geezer Comics exclusive by Nathan Zerdy. This was limited to 250 copies. It's a tattooed Snow White. I did show this off on my Instagram and on my Facebook page. I do have a topless version and a nude version, which obviously is not YouTube appropriate, but this is a gorgeous all black cover. Zerdy Girls #2, Nathan Zerdy, Geezer Comics. CGC bound, so we got to make sure this stays in nice condition. Next up is this is the Valentine's Day 2022 Red Sonja. This is obviously the Virgin. I do have another copy of this that's in this pile of books that I'm going to be getting to and showing off, but this is the one I pulled aside, CGC bound. Catwoman 39, 1 in 25. This was hot for a minute, so that will also be going to CGC. And I don't know if I've showed these books in my previous videos, and I didn't watch them beforehand, but I picked up the J. Scott Campbell X-Men #1 Rogue Negative variant. It's not the artist, the AP one, the artist proof one, just the regular one that I think was limited to like 5,000 copies. This book still fetches a decent amount. It's a really nice copy. This will probably come back in a 9.6 though. There is a little tiny little ding up by her hair. Maybe CGC might miss it because it kind of blends in, but it's like a little tiny paper tear. Man, it's like a 1/16 of an inch. So they might miss it. It might come back a 9.8, might come back a 9.6, we'll see. And then I also picked up this Wonder Woman Black and Gold #6, David Nakayama. This book was really hot as well when this came out. Just a gorgeous cover. I believe this was a 1 in 25 as well. So that being said, those are some books that I am submitting soon. I do have some other books in the pile, but I know for a fact I've already shown those off, so we're not going to revisit those at all. So let me just get these put back in a decent fashion so I can get those packaged up. Next up, I'm going to show off some raw books that I've picked up. I'm just moving the good old ironing board over so I have somewhere to go with these. So this just recently came out and was featured on the CBSI Top 10. This is the 1 in 30 Delato Death Dealer Virgin variant. This is a gorgeous cover. Just really something unique and different. Delato is such a consistent artist as far as he doesn't ever really put out garbage. I'm not saying I love all of his stuff. I don't pick up all of his stuff, but I am a fan. He just does a lot of really good work. And this one kind of was out of what he normally does. It's just got such great detail. Might send this one to CGC. I might not. I don't know. Next up, let's see. We got Something That's Killing the Children, #19. I want to say this was the 1 in 25. I don't even remember who the artist was. It's so long ago that this came out. I just love this cover with all the Erica Slaughters on it as she staged through life. I think this was actually the storyline arc on this was Erica Slaughter's origin. Sorry for the glare, it is in a Mylar. Just a gorgeous cover, like I said. I think this is a 1 in 25, if I'm not mistaken. Next up is Something's Killing the Children 21. This was the 1 in 50, Jenny Frison. I picked this up. I'm debating maybe sending this to CGC. So we'll see. CGC's prices, as you all know, have gone up, and what's currently in my cart is already going to cost like $300. So we'll see if I end up adding that. Next up is Something Is Killing the Children number 22. This was the 1 in 25 that I scooped up. Got this from Midtown. Don't remember who the artist is. I picked this up because I heard rumor before this issue came out that there was going to be like 3 first appearances. Not sure if that's true. I kind of stopped reading Something's Killing the Children after the 3rd trade paperback. I'll pick it back up when the 4th, 5th, and 6th trade paperbacks come out, so I can just read the story in continuity there. Good story, not saying that's not, but yeah, that's how I'm going to read them in trade versus opening up these variants. Next up is that Nathan Zerdy, Zerdy Girls. This was the topless one. I put electrical tape over this so I don't get hit by YouTube. This is the topless version. This was limited to 150 copies. And then this is the fully nude version, again with the electrical tape over the stuff that matters. This was limited to 75 copies. It's actually kind of funny, got a landing strip there. Yeah, so next up, let's see, we got Venom number 1. This is the all black blank sketch cover. Whatever, I might send this off for a commission. I've sent out some books in the past for commissions, so we'll see. I think it'd be kind of cool to get someone to do a white paint marker sketch on that. Next up is from the same series. This is Venom number 4. This is the homage, obviously, to ASM 300 that has been done over a gazillion times by a gazillion different artists. I just like it with the black Spidey and then the black cover. I think this was just a regular cover price. I don't think there's anything special about this. In fact, I know I only paid $4 for this. Just cool PC book. Next up, I picked up another copy of Wolverine 27. This is the Jim Lee. I already have a copy of this, but I picked this up for $5. So for $5, I'm not going to say no. This book's been kind of upticked lately. It seems like a lot of people are getting into buying these 90s books. So they're starting to fetch 10, 20 bucks on eBay. So for $5, pick this up, Jim Lee. Then I also picked up Darkhawk number 1. This is my second copy of this. It's about a 9.4 copy. I think it's a little bit nicer of a copy than what I have, but the one that I have, I believe, is a newsstand. This obviously is not, I think. Don't quote me 100%. I haven't dug it up, but I'm almost positive that I have a newsstand of this. But again, it's not as nice a copy. So I think I paid $10 for this, but Darkhawk number 1, why not? Here's my other copy of that Red Sonja Valentine's Day 2022. Keeping one raw copy. As you saw, my other copy is going to CGC. Next up is Harley Quinn number 10. This was 1 in 25 as well. Just a great cover. I really liked it. It's kind of anime-ish, but I really enjoyed this cover. So, you know what? I bought it. I thought it was kind of different style for a Harley cover. So I picked it up because I enjoy it. So, Harley number 10. So this is probably from like her 4th or 5th, whatever series now. She's got a ton of series out there. Great book. This was a Scotty Young exclusive I picked off his website. This is Little Monsters number 1, the Scotty Young exclusive. He charged, yeah, I thought he kind of charged a little bit more than what he should have for these, but it's kind of cool. These were limited. I don't remember what he said the print run was on this or what they were limited to, but it was like $60 for 2 copies. One was just the regular, and then the next one is signed by him right down there, and you get this little certificate of authenticity that's signed by him and all that. So it's kind of cool. Just thought it was kind of a neat book. Not a huge Skottie Young fan, but this one I thought was kind of cool. A little, little vampire kid eating crayons with a bunch of scribbles on the wall. Whatever. Different. Same but different. If you get what I mean. So in spring, I went down to Knoxville, Tennessee. My stepdaughter had to do a University of Tennessee campus tour, and then we stayed out in the mountains, Great Smoky Mountains, and we hung out there. So I stopped at one comic book shop. It was actually a pretty good little shop. I was looking primarily at their graded stuff. They had a really nice collection of raw books, but I didn't feel like really digging at the time. It was kind of later on in the evening. I was getting ready to want to eat dinner, but so I kind of breezed through there. I found this Wonderland #1. I already have a copy of this, but what makes this different is this is J. Scott Campbell. What makes this one different is that it's the San Diego Comic-Con variant, and I think the only difference is that the outfits are all black versus the regular one, which I think has Alice in the blue, traditional blue and white, and I don't recall what color. I want to say it's like maybe red that this character's in. So this is San Diego Comic-Con. It was limited to, I don't know, it doesn't say on the cover, which is kind of surprising. Normally it does, but I'm going to speculate anywhere between 250 to probably maybe 1,000 copies. So just another J. Scott Campbell to add to the collection. Next up is Scarlet Witch #10. I found out about this book because of David Seeking Near Mint Comics. This is just a great cover. I want to say this is by like David Aja, A-J-A. So however you would pronounce that, I'm sure I'm not saying it right. Just a beautiful, beautiful cover. So wanted to pick this up. Dig the, the Oriental lettering and just the style and the subtleness of the snow and, the dojo or temple that's in the background here. So beautiful, beautiful book. Pick that up. I forgot that I had 2 copies of this. Okay. Catwoman 39 again. Another copy of this. So I must have pre-ordered more than one. And again, this was what, the 1 in 25. So I'll keep this one raw. Other one go to CGC. I don't need 2 CGC copies of that. Let's do a flip-flop here of what's left so this stuff doesn't fall. Because I got some graded books to show as well. Just bear with me as I flip-flop this stuff. Try not to give my books spine ticks. Let's see, next up is, this is a Bird City Comics exclusive. This was limited to 500 copies. This was Draculina. Oh, shit, I don't know, #2 or #6. Just a beautiful, I want to say this is a Carla Cohen cover. All black again. This was done by Bird City Comics. Just a beautiful cover here. And I want to say that Escargot, my buddy out in Turkey, showed me this or posted this and I saw it, so I pre-ordered it. Next up is, I have actually a lot of Carla Cohen in the next couple minutes here. This is Vampirella and Dracula Unholy #2. This was done by 616 Comics, and this was also limited to 500 copies. I picked up like 3 of these. I gave one away to my friend at work, and I have one going out in a random act of kindness box that I'm sending out. So just a gorgeous Vampirella with the knife there. So yeah, a lot of Carla Cohen. I seem to have a little thing for her apparently, because this next book is, I want to say this was Invincible Red Sonja. I want to say like issue #6. This is The Virgin, which I want to say was like a 1 in 25, maybe a 1 in 30. And then when I ordered that, they also sent me this one, which I did not order, but it's like the negative or the neon look of the same book. And I want to say this one was like a 1 in 10. This one was like a 1 in 25 or 1 in 30. So more Carla for you. Hopefully that's it. I don't think I went too heavy on her. This next book was a Kickstarter. This is a Jay Ferguson cover, and this was Born in Blood, or Born of Blood. Again, this was a Kickstarter project that I want to say Comics Elite and then Jamie Tinsdale and maybe a few other people were involved in. But this is the Jay Ferguson. I do have, I have this Virgin, but I also have the trade dress, but that is going out in a random act of kindness box as well. I just wanted to keep the Virgin variant. And what's cool about this is that everyone that backed this Kickstarter, they got their names put into the book. So I know I posted on Instagram, so my name is actually in this comic book as Mr. D_414. So that is kind of cool, I guess, if you want to put any value in that. Let's see, holy cow, I still have a lot of books to show off, and we're not even to the graded ones yet. Next up is this Zenescope. This is the January collector cover that was limited to 199 copies. That features the art of Elias Chezudez, just a beautiful Robin Hood cover, all white. I really enjoyed this one, so I ordered this. So Elias Chezudez. And then I know I got this off of Vin Crew was having one of his support a comic collector sales. I don't think it's his most recent one. I think it was the time before that. I had bought some books. Some of them I already sold. Some of them I've given away. This is Amazing Spider-Man 347. Just kind of a classic Eric Larson Venom with the Spider-Man skull. I had this book back when I was a teenager, still collecting. I just really love this cover, so picked it up. I think I only charged me like $8 for it or something. Next up is a Naughty and Nice magazine that my friend down in Kenosha, his comic book shop actually did exclusives for the whole entire year, and he themed them Playtime. And they were themed off Playboy, iconic Playboy covers. I've shown off a few of them. I know I had the, let's see, I had like the Pablo Pantalino. I also had, let's see, which one here? I think I had the Dean Yeagle one, and then I had another one, and I've given some of them away, and I have the Mike Del Balfo one coming, but that one's at CGC getting graded because I had autographed by Mike Del Balfo. So this one is the Elias Chezudez. So the first one is just the standard trade, which was limited to 20. He only made 25 copies of this, so you can see it in Playtime instead of Playboy, with Elias Chezudez pinup art, and then it's got a bunch of, random things on the side, so it looks like a Playboy cover. And then I also got the Virgin Color, which was limited to 15 copies. And then I also got the Black and White Color Splash, which was limited to 10 copies. So it's the same image as a color one, but it's just black and white with a little color splash on here. So out of all three of these, I have to probably say the trade dress color is probably my favorite. And I'll probably send this one into CGC. The only reason why it's not in the CGC pile is because when I went to go put this book in, I had to go through, and since there's no registered book, since it says don't recognize your book, and you got to put in all the details, I made my list, I think, while I was at work, so I didn't have all the information to actually upload into their database to get this book registered. So that's one of them that I will probably submit. I just don't know. So maybe in the comments below, if you made it this far into the video, I know we're 19 minutes in, do you like the trade color, 25 copies? Do you like the Virgin, which is limited to 15 copies? Or do you like the black and white trade, which is limited to 10? Tell me which one you guys like below, and that'll be the one that I submit to CGC. Or maybe I'll pick a random person that actually comments below, and maybe I'll send them the book. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. Never know with me. Next up is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 123. This was the Raymond Gay Collector Cave exclusive variant. Picked it up. Just a cool Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cover. It's obviously Halloween themed. Halloween is my favorite time of year, so I just dug that. Let's see, you got Raphael as the Mummy. You got Michelangelo right here as what looks like Frankenstein. You got Donatello like a vampire there. And then you have Leonardo just in a flannel shirt. So I don't really know, maybe a zombie, maybe. But yeah, just really cool, really cool. So I wanted to pick that up for the Halloween theme. And then let's see, these were done by Stadium Comics. I want to say they're limited to 250 copies. They're the Pop Art series. And I want to say like this first one is like Betty and Veronica, like Winterland Fest or some winter themed one. So you got Veronica dressed up as Santa Claus. As a matter of fact, I want to say Hazel Dan just posted a video, a CGC unboxing. I want to say that they actually also showed off this book. Obviously, theirs was a CGC unboxing, so they have a graded copy of this. I want to say almost 100% positive on that, almost. But I also picked up this one, same place, Stadium Comics, 250 copies, and this is Sabrina. And this one was, I want to say, like Betty and Veronica, like the Spring Fling, or, you know, some goofy thing like that. And gorgeous all black cover. And another one that will probably get sent to CGC. I did pick up 2 copies of this, and I sold the second one. And I know the second one had a tiny little spine ding, like a imprint. What didn't break color or anything, but it was just small enough that I don't think you could effectively probably press it out. So this one might go to CGC. I'll have to reopen this to see why it's not already in my CGC pile. Again, maybe it's just that my cart was already expensive enough and I just opted not to. Just because price was a factor and I wanted to focus on more substantial books, I guess if you want to call it that I thought were worthy of sending. Jesus, there's a lot of CGC fucking books here. All right, so let's get to these CGC books. Guys, I have a stack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 CGC books, and then this video is done. So first up, Demon Days, X-Men #1 in 9.6, J. Scott Campbell. Picked this up for $50 off an online auction, Facebook auction. I wasn't going to say no. No one else bid on this, and I was like, fuck it, I'll take this for $50. Hell to the yeah. So J. Scott Campbell, Psylocke on the cover. You know I had to take it. So yeah, it's a 9.6, but I am the self-proclaimed king of the 9.6s, so I'll take it. Next, I got Batman, The Killing Joke. I had a raw copy of this, but I picked this up because I got this off another online auction, Facebook Live auction, in a 9.6. So what I did is I took my raw copy and I sold it for exactly what I paid for it, and now I replaced it with this beautiful 9.6 Batman, The Killing Joke. So 9.6, I'll take it. Black cover. This one's always kind of tough. Seems to always be issues with this back cover because of the all black back cover. So I was happy. That one is really nice. Next up, this is my second copy. I have a 9.6 of this already, but I picked this up for like $100, again from this beautiful Facebook auction place that I've been buying all my books from. So I picked this up for like $100. This is not a 9.6, but it's a 9.4, and this is A1 Weirding Willows. Obviously, you guys probably all know what this is. Very hard to find Art Germ cover. Again, 9.4, but for $100, yep, I'll take it. Since I have a 9.6 of this, I will probably list this one and sell it. I might keep it for a while. I might even, hell, I might even try to press this and resubmit it, because it doesn't even look that bad. The front is really clean. The front doesn't look like there's anything going on with this, but it's the back that you do have a couple imprints. But I remember when I submitted my copy of this, this is kind of like a, I want to say it's not like a cardboard stock, but it is like a thicker cover, and it's really glossy. So it's kind of hard to kind of press that out. But I really don't see why this book was a 9.4, other than, like I said, it does have like 3 little tiny dings on the back cover, but they're not color breaking. I wonder if I could resubmit this and get this either a 9.6 or a 9.8. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this book yet. I haven't made a final decision, but it presents very well. It definitely, I definitely think it could bump up. So next up, I have a raw copy of this, but I picked up a graded copy. I'll probably sell my raw copy. This is Black Panther #1, and this is, I think, is this the first cover of Shuri or as Black Panther? I want to say this is the first cover appearance of her as Black Panther, but I might be incorrect on that. But either way, it's a 9.6. It's a J. Scott Campbell. I got a screaming deal on it, and I had a raw copy that, I don't know, maybe I'll submit my raw. Maybe I'll just sell it raw. I don't know. I guess I got a lot of thinking to do in the next couple days here on what I want to do with some of these books. Next up is Avengers Annual #10. This is the first appearance of Rogue. This is an ugly cover, but I picked it up just because it's the first appearance of Rogue, and I got a great deal on it. This is an 8.5, which is a little low for what I'd like, but for the price I paid for it, it was well worth it to have the first appearance of Rogue. I think she will probably be a bigger deal once she makes it to the big screen, and this book will probably go up in value, so there's maybe some opportunity in the future once Rogue makes it to the MCU. I definitely see some upside on this, especially for what I paid for it. Next up is the exact same book that I got another screaming deal on, but this one is a 9.0. So yeah, I'll have 2 copies of this. So I am ready for her to make her MCU debut. Happy to have 2 copies of this. Is it really necessary? No, it's probably not. Maybe I should have saved my money and just bought a higher copy, or, you know, higher grade. But it was kind of one of those things that just kind of happened. So next up is a book that I picked up from the actual artist himself. This is Mandy, and this is a tribute to Dean Yeagle. Hang on, I just gotta cover this up because it's not appropriate. So this, I am friends with Ryan Kincaid on Facebook, and he was doing a live stream on Facebook, and he was selling books. So I picked up 2 copies of this, and they're both signed by him, and they're both limited to 25 copies. So once again, this is Mandy, a tribute to Dean Yeagle by Ryan Kincaid, signed by Ryan Kincaid, limited to 25 copies. And I picked both of these up for $100, and I just thought it was cool because it was actually from Ryan Kincaid. Got a message from his wife asking me for the ship to address, and I, you know, PayPal them and all that. So thought it was really cool just to get a book actually from the artist himself. So really awesome, beautiful 9.8, beautiful Mandy on here. Again, I had to cover it up for YouTube. Like I said, I did pick up a second one. I'm not going to show that one because that one is actually packaged and is going to be getting shipped off to a friend of mine. They don't know it yet, but they'll realize it when they get it. So Next up, I swear I got 2 more books, and you want to stick around for these last 2 books because they're good books. Next up is Witchblade 135. This one has been on my list for a while. I've been hunting this, and it's been a pain in my ass to hunt down. Finally got one, 9.6, paid $100 for it, which I thought was a good price for a graded copy because raws of these could go for about $100. So really happy to pick up this 9.6. This was done by Fantastic Realm, J. Scott Campbell, Witchblade. So yeah, finally was able to get this one off my wish list. So this was one of the more pain in the ass books to hunt down and get. So glad to finally get this done. Another book off my list, and this is a big boy one. I showed this off on Instagram months ago. So without further ado, Amazing Spider-Man presents Black Cat #1. I'm sure that probably rings a bell to a few people. This beautiful, iconic J. Scott Campbell pink cover, graded in a 9.6, of course. Just because I didn't feel like shelling out the money it costs for a 9.8. So I will gladly take a 9.6 in this book. Beautiful, beautiful cover. Another one that was on my wish list. Super happy to get this off of the wish list. Finally found a copy that was in the price range I wanted to pay, and it was in a grade that I am awesome with. And the very, very last book is this book has been very hot for the last 1.5 years, maybe 2 years, and that is obviously because it features a lot of first appearances, and there's a lot of speculation about these characters. I got this book for a great deal, once again, from my buddy that does Facebook Live auctions. And that is Young Avengers #1, first appearance of a whole gang of people like Patriot, Hulkling, Kate Bishop, Hawkeye, right? Young Lad. I don't know, just a bunch of people that may or may not comprise of the future of the MCU. So lots of speculation here, obviously, on this book. 9.8. I did opt for the better grade on this. I got a screaming deal on this. Really happy to have this in my collection, just for the pure speculation of what might happen in the future MCU. So, if anything happens, I will be well prepared for that, right along with my Rogue books. So, folks, that's going to do it. We're already checking in at 30 minutes. So, if you stuck around and watched my whole video, thank you. I appreciate it. Give me the thumbs up, give me a thumbs down, comment, criticize, tell me good job, tell me I suck, whatever. Leave the comments below. Let me know what you think, and we will catch you guys next time. Thanks, everyone.